I'm Dan Baer, and this is About Face. My guest today is Dr. Horton, the new president of Delta College, succeeding on Dr. DeRico. Thank you for joining me, Dr. Horton.
Thank you, Dan.
Well, first, I must say that you've been at Kankakee College in Illinois for 10 years. Where is Kankakee?
Kankakee is on Interstate 57, exactly 60 miles south of the Chicago Loop. It's 80 miles north of Champaign-Urbana, where the University of Illinois is located. So it's in a populous area of Illinois.
Now, you know that area, and you were raised in that area?
Actually, I was raised in Oak Park, Illinois, which is a western suburb of Chicago. But I happened to work in other states. I worked at Washington State University in the state of Washington for a while. I also worked in Kansas, but most of my work has been in Illinois.
Now, I noticed that your education is extensive, and it's all been in that area. What is some of your education background?
Well, my father was transferred when I was in high school to Cincinnati, Ohio, and I stayed there and went to the University of Cincinnati and picked up 2 degrees, a Bachelor of Arts and a Bachelor of Education. And then following that, I moved to the state of Washington and worked at, as I indicated earlier, Washington State University. And then following that, I moved to Kansas and worked at a university in Kansas and picked up my master's degree in American history. And then later, I worked at Western Illinois University for 9 years as an administrator. And then I also took a sabbatical and worked on my doctorate at Indiana University.
Now, when you were working in these different locations and also going to school, picking up your doctorate and so on, did you notice any difference between Washington, where you said you worked and you went to school, and Illinois and the area around there?
Actually, there is a difference in geography and climates and some things like that, but not in education. For the most part, the universities and the public community colleges in all the states are fairly similar, at least in the states I've been in Washington, Kansas, Illinois, and now California. Great similarity.
So you don't see any major changes between Delta being a California community college and those that you've worked at previously elsewhere?
No, in fact, the public community college system for the most part started in Illinois, but then California picked up on it and actually moved ahead of the entire nation. And then Illinois and other states followed the lead of California and emulated what they had. And so there are certain systems of public community colleges throughout the nation that are quite similar to California. And I can't think of 2 systems that are more similar than Illinois and California.
Now, I realize that you have quite a basis for saying that because you've been quite involved with the administrative works of the education system in Illinois outside of Kankakee. Tell us a little bit about that. I believe you were involved with the Board of Trustees.
Yes. California has a similar organization called the California Community College Trustees. Their office is located in Sacramento, and that office represents the boards of the 70 public community college districts in California. I had a similar position in Illinois, representing the 39 public community college districts in that state. There are great similarities. In fact, my assistant in Illinois is now the chief executive officer for the California system. So that's part of the similarity.
Yeah.
But I did work with all the community colleges in Illinois, and there are 39 districts, 50 colleges. In California, you have 70 districts and approximately 105 or 106 community colleges.
We're speaking today with Dr. Horton, the new president of San Joaquin Delta College. And Dr. Horton, as we talk about administrative policies and how they are related and similar, what do you see as Delta College's strong points or weak points?
Well, I think Delta is really strong in the fact that they are a one-campus district with outlying attendance centers. So you can pretty much concentrate on educational programs and services at this one location and then extend educational opportunities elsewhere through the attendance locations. You also have a strong population base to help in recruiting students to the school. I think that the community here is really behind. The entire 2,300 square mile community is behind the college district. So there's a great deal of community support, great deal of support from the staff, and you also have a very attractive school that brings about a lot of favorable comments. People like coming here and being involved with the college.
I understand that at Kankakee you had a very beautiful campus also, and also that you increased the enrollment quite substantially. Do you plan on doing extensive or more recruiting than is done now?
Definitely. This last year we missed an opportunity to grow some. In fact, the enrollment was off approximately 220 full-time equivalent students. I would hope that next year that we could grow approximately 3%. Actually, when I say next year, it's the college year we're in now, July 1 through June 30 of '88. And we have an opportunity to grow and to receive funding for that growth up to something like 2.87%. I plan to visit with staff and administration sometime in August and discuss this and see what we can do about increasing our enrollment where it's lacking in some places now.
Now, I realize that you've been very involved with the community, both in the arts and in the business. What's been some of your involvement in the past in the arts with the community?
Well, I've been very active with the Community Arts Council, and of course they relate to the Illinois Arts Council, a major arts funding group. Also, I was very active with the Kankakee Valley Symphony Orchestra Association, and Stockton has a similar type of program. And I don't know, I've just always had an interest in the arts, and have been involved at various levels. In the business community, just prior to accepting the position here, I completed a 2-year term as chairman of the board of the Greater Kankakee Chamber of Commerce. I also served on the Economic Development Council, and we also at the college served as the service delivery area for the Job Training Partnership Act, and that covered a three-county program, approximately $3.5 million program. So there were many areas in which the college was involved in economic development and business-related services.
We're speaking today with Dr. Horton, the new president of San Joaquin Delta College, succeeding Dr. DeRico. And you're speaking of job training and in that partnership act with the government in one form or another. How do you plan to implement that or maybe change the way it's done here at Delta?
Well, I don't plan to really recommend any substantive changes because I think the county is doing an excellent job with the Job Training Partnership Act. The college has had some contracts with that agency, and I would hope that we could continue to contract with them for job training and retraining or upgrading of skills. And I think there are a lot of things that we can do, particularly for economically disadvantaged people, which that program serves.
Now, if I may change gears just slightly, Delta underwent a nationwide search in order to search for a successor for President DeRico. What is your response to being chosen out of many candidates for the job here at Delta?
Well, I was delighted to be chosen, obviously, and it's exciting to be here in California and in the Stockton area. And also, I'm delighted to be at the college. It's exciting to come here each day. And I just hope that I can provide the necessary leadership to help resolve some of the issues that are present at the college.
What are some of those issues that you see are facing you as an administrator?
Well, I think the downturn in enrollment is of concern, and I'd like to do something to reverse that. There are some physical plant problems, like with the elevators and the heating, ventilation, air conditioning system, and some other mechanical problems. But for the most part, I think things at Delta are in excellent condition, and it's just a matter of reviewing everything and developing some type of planning process to see what the problems are and how we can resolve them.
Do you have any short-term goals or projects planned?
My first project is to try to get the fiscal year budget approved. The board will be meeting on August 18 to look at the budget. We're hoping to have formal approval in September. Also, I'm hoping to establish a strong planning program and to involve constituent groups of the college in that planning process, and then to try to look at all the issues that are pending and then work on them and provide for a dynamic college.
Do you plan any changes, substantial changes in the budget?
No. I think Mr. DeRico and his staff did an excellent job considering the appropriations made for this fiscal year. They estimated them reasonably well, and I think we can live within what they provided.
Do you have any long-term goals or plans that you would like to implement into the college?
Oh, I think there are a lot of things. Having been here only 2 to 3 weeks, I'm reluctant to enumerate at great length. I indicated the planning process. I think we want to do a lot of things in computing. We want to make the entire staff computer literate. Mm-hmm. We want to look at the quality of all the programs as well as additional programs that should be brought online. But I haven't really identified many things that need to be done at this point.
I imagine that as you get it situated here in the school, you've only been here, I believe,
two to three weeks.
2 to 3 weeks, mm-hmm. Yes. As you look forward, maybe this is a difficult question, but what would you like people to remember when you eventually leave the school down the road?
Well, I'd like it to be a quality, comprehensive public community college that really had the programs and services that met the needs of the people and that really provided opportunities for everyone in the district community throughout the entire district, and where students could take great pride in having gone to school here, as well as the staff and working here.
Well, I think I can speak on behalf of the students and the community in saying that we look forward to seeing your administration and the exciting things that will happen here at the school.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you for joining me. This is Dan Baer, and this is About Face. Thank you for joining me.